Hello viewers and learners, welcome to Fike Math with Theorema. And today we're going to be focusing on bearing and distance in mathematics. Right? Before we dive in, I have with me today that if you do not decide to succeed, you've already decided to fail. Yes, life is about choice. Whatever you choose, eventually choose you. Right? If you choose success, success will eventually choose you. So it starts with decision. When you decide to succeed, you're going to succeed. But if you do not decide, then it shows that you've already decided the other side. Right? So as a student, decide to succeed. When you decide to succeed, you will succeed. Note, I said when you decide to succeed, because success is possible. Success is possible. So it's not just conditional, it is possible. So the success that you require is waiting for your decision. Right? When you decide, it's going to turn to reality. So we can proceed today with the question that we have on the board that says 3 towns A, B, and C are such that the distance between A and B is 50 kilometers, and the distance between A and C is 90 kilometers. Right? Now, when you come across a question on bearing and distance and you want to solve it, the first approach is you ensure that you position because the first thing is you need to represent it diagrammatically. All right. So the first approach is you position your drawing to the center of the space given to you, and then you make sure that you start first with pencil, because there's a need for you to erase, to be easier for you to erase it and redraw. Right? So solution. The first thing is we want to show the bearing. Look at this question. If the bearing of B from A is 75 degrees, how do you indicate the bearing? It follows from north, south, west, east. This is the 4 cardinal points that includes 90 degrees between north to east, 90 degrees between south to east, southwest, northwest, 90 degrees in each of them, making a sum of 360 degrees. Right? So, but according to this, when the 0 is written before the bearing that is given to you, or if nothing is written before it, it's just a plain angle like this, it shows that it starts from north. All right, it starts from north. This is different from when it is written this way: south, 75 degrees east. This means that it is now specific that it is between south and east. All right, meaning that you are going to start from south and then to follow in that direction. But now this shows that it starts from north. So 75 degrees moves this way. So you have this. This is 75 degrees. Alright? So if the bearing of B from A is 75 degrees from A, meaning that this point is A. This is now B. Alright? And the bearing of C from A is 310 degrees. 310 degrees start from north, 90. There's another 90, that's 180. There's another 90, that's 270. Then what do you need to add to 270? That will make it up to 310. That's 40. So, okay. So, what will remain out of 310? We said that the sum of all the angles is 360, meaning you will have 50 degrees left here. So if you add 50 plus 75, it's going to give you the angle at A, which is 125 degrees. Alright? Okay. Permit me to erase the solution. and shift it a little bit upward. Or let's permit to use it completely. Use it completely because of the space that we need here. So you have this. Now, the distance between A and B is 50 kilometers. This is 50 kilometers. And the distance between A and C is 90 kilometers. Okay, let's extend this. 90 kilometers. So you have 90 kilometers here. And this is your C. Remember, 90 kilometers will be longer than 50 kilometers. So, which means you can just use dotted line to join this to B. Okay. Now this has formed a triangle already. This is triangle right there. Now, when you have a triangle right here, when you have a triangle like this, the side that is facing an angle, you can represent it with a small letter of that angle. For example, this is angle A here, so 125 degrees. The side that is facing it will be here, which is small letter A. Then this one B and this one C. Now, having done that, it is easier for us to solve the distance between B and C. The distance between B and C is small letter A. So how do you now solve it? You make use of what we call cosine rule. Why are we using cosine rule? You have two sides enclosed by an angle. So now these two sides, each of the angle facing them does not have any value. So that is when you use cosine rule. Alright? So using starts from the edge. Using cosine rule. Right? Cosine rule states that A square equals to B square plus C square minus 2BC cos A. Right? So our B square is 90 square, C is 50 square minus 2 multiplied by 90 multiplied by 50 cos 125 degree. This 90 square, that's 8,100 plus 50 square, 2,500 minus 9,000, right? 9,000 and multiplied by minus, this was minus, let me check. And of course, 125 degree was minus 0.5736. Right? Now, at this juncture, when you want to, don't add this and subtract 9,000 from it. It's very wrong. It's wrong. So what you're supposed to do is you do this addition separately, and then you do this multiplication separately. Okay? So that's one of the errors that students will commit in the exam, or even in normal exercise, class exercise. Alright? So you add this. When you add this, this is going to give us 10,600. Then you multiply this. You can see that you now have minus and minus here. So you multiply the sign together. That will give us plus. Then 9,000 multiplied by 0.5736. That's going to give us 5162.4. So add it together. 15,762.4. Right? 15,762.4. Don't forget we have a square here, a square, a square, a square. So we find the square root of both sides, so that the square root will cancel the square, and then this implies that A equals the square root of 15,762.4 give us 125.5 kilometer, since the other units are in kilometer. Now this is settled.